John Cena's advice changed top WWE Raw stars' perspective. John Cena is a veteran in the business, given that he has spent over 20 years in pro wrestling. Naturally, young WWE stars or wrestlers look up to him. Speaking to Chris Van Vliet on the Insight podcast, Grayson Waller revealed a piece of advice that John Cena gave him backstage. The Australian star claimed that Cena's guidance changed his perspective. The former tag team champion said, John Cena, got up and he said something that really stuck with me, where he talked about, you don't have to do the Netflix break promo. You don't have to wrestle before the show. You don't have to do the dark match. It's you get to. You get to 3 minutes, say whatever you want on Netflix. You get to wrestle before the show when they're the hottest, when they're the most excited, and you get to wrestle another great superstar. And when he said that, it changed my perspective a little bit. Who am I to go, oh man, I've got to wrestle. I hated that I even possibly thought those things. So once he said that, that changed everything for me. And I look at everything as get to. Anything you give me 30 seconds backstage, I'm stealing that. I'm going to make sure people online are going to hair the 30 seconds that I have. I'm going to make sure whatever moment I have is going to be something. That's the mindset I think you have to have. Veteran on how he would have booked John Cena's final WWE run. In a recent episode of his drive-thru podcast, Jim Cornette stated that he wouldn't have pulled the trigger on Cena's heel turn. The veteran wrestling personality said, I wouldn't have turned him heel obviously, and you can't just have a greatest hits tour where he comes, 35 times or whatever the number of dates were and beats 35 different people. The thing they have done right is that they spread out his appearances between various television shows and different types of live events. I would have, at the start of the year, had him against 3 or 4 main opponents sketched out for the year that he wanted to work with and maybe wanted to work with a couple of times, and then I would have had some other guys that would have been a great money match or whatever the case for a lesser event. I would have tried to figure out 2 heels that it would advance their cause in life if they were to beat him. Let him do, over the course of a year, 2 jobs, because people weren't wanting to see him lose.